HCAM programming is supported by our viewers, thank you, and by Phipps Insurance Agency, representing companies such as MapFree Insurance. Their family-owned independent agency is deeply rooted in the communities they serve and offer time-tested insurance products to fit individual needs. Since 1950, Phipps Insurance specializes in home, auto, business, condo, and renters insurance. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of HCAM News. I'm HCAM News Director Tom Nappy, here to fill you in with what's happening in Hopkinton. On today's edition of HCAM News, the latest in Hiller sports, plus we catch up with Hiller girls basketball head coach Mike Greco, plus much more. But first, if you haven't tuned in to HCAM's bragging rights, you are missing out. Here's a look at the latest episode.
Hey, babe, what's in the garden? What's in the garden?
I need an eggplant.
Eggplant. Do we have eggplant? Whoa! Okay, Eli. Gabe?
Blueberries.
Do we have blueberries?
We could have walked.
You guys had quite the streak going there. Very impressive. All right, Team A. Lucas?
Same.
Peppers.
Peppers? Do we have peppers? Nice try, Aaron?
Basil.
Do we have basil? Hey, very nice, Herb. And Gwen.
What's a fruit?
Feel free to confer.
What's a fruit? Grass.
Do we have grass? Lucas?
Pumpkins.
Do we have pumpkins?
It's an eggplant.
It's squash.
All right.
All I'm saying is.
Great round, guys. Let's see what's behind 6. Are we ready to reveal some answers?
Yes, Yeah.
All right. What's behind 6? Squash. Oh.
I don't see you winning on the board there.
Congratulations, guys. Congratulations to Team B, who won with 98 points. Congratulations, guys. Woo! And Team A, thank you so much for playing. Thank you so much for tuning into Bragging Rights. And don't forget to tune in next time to watch more students compete for the Bragging Rights. I'm Sidney Donda, and I'll see you then.
Hello, everybody. Tom Nappy here, and we are joined by head coach of the Hopkinton Hillers girls varsity basketball team, Mike Greco. Coach, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks so much for having me.
Thanks for coming on the show today. Your team having a terrific season. Most of the roster is returnees from last year, and after a 4-16 season last year, you guys have started off 6-2. How are you feeling about this team, and what's it been like to work with this group?
Feeling great about them. Obviously we didn't get as many wins as we were hoping for last year, but I think that the group that returned grew up a lot last year. Some of those lessons that you just kind of have to learn by going through, adjusting to the speed of the varsity game. A lot of those kids, the previous year weren't necessarily earning a ton of minutes. And they were kind of thrust into major roles and, sort of had to adjust to that on the fly. And this year, they've hit the ground running. We are experienced. Everybody there has got, significant varsity minutes in the past, and, it's kind of made the jump to, the physicality and the speed of the game. And so, we got low numbers, but we are excited to be there every day. And it's been a lot of fun to work with this group.
And it must make you feel good as a coach to see such improvement in these players.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. The difference in chemistry, I think, has been off the charts. That they're really buying into the we over me attitude of team first, and they're playing great basketball together right now.
And Coach, tonight you will be taking on the number 1 ranked in D3 Medway Mustangs, the Hopkinton girls. They're ranked number 8 in Division II, And it's always a close game, it seems, when Medway and Hopkinton meet up on the basketball courts, whether it's on the boys' side or the girls' side. But Medway has gotten the best of Hopkinton in the last 6 girls' meetings. They're all close games, but Medway, they're on a 6-game winning streak. Do you think you guys are going to break that tonight?
We're going to try real hard. It should be a good game. Medway's obviously a very good program. They've been, up at the top of the D3 power rankings for several years now. They've had some very, very good teams over the years. They've certainly had our number lately. Hopefully we can change that tonight.
Absolutely. And this year's captains bring some good experience to the table. Elena Davies, Bethel Flanagan, Kate Finnegan, and Caroline Kane. Can you talk a bit about what it's been like to work with them and their leadership on the team this year?
Yeah, the 4 seniors have been they've been fantastic. They've been great captains. They all have their own sort of different leadership styles. Some are more vocal, some lead more by example. But they complement each other well. They're just as close off the court as they are on it. They really do a great job of setting the tone and sort of being ambassadors of that we over me culture. That we've really established this season. It's been I've had most of them for the last 3 seasons, and I can't believe that's coming to an end in a month or so. But we really enjoy having them.
Well, hopefully there'll be a nice long playoff run for them too, but we still got a lot more season to go. Is there any particular player on the team that has especially surprised you with how much they have improved?
Yeah, the one that comes to mind is our point guard, Elena Davies. She was, a big contributor for us last year, but the difference in her game between last year and this year in doing all the little things, all the intangibles, she has shown so much poise playing the point for us, handling pressure from other teams, getting us organized. She's really, transformed herself into one of those players that we just almost never want to take her off the floor.
Yeah, she has been terrific this season. And you got a couple of great sophomores on the team, Tegan Restaghini and Sophia Whitman Kraus. Can you talk about the performance of those two? They've played some big roles in many of these games this season.
Yeah, they've been great. Tegan, is a talented offensive player that has really excelled in getting to the rim. She works on her game tirelessly. She's always the one staying after practice to shoot. She's what you'd call a real basketball key that just loves the game and works on it all the time. And I think she made the jump last year from playing 8th grade basketball to varsity pretty successfully. And her game just continued to grow, and she's obviously been a big part of our success this season as our leading scorer and one of our leading rebounders. Sophia is just a tremendous athlete. She's another kid that just loves basketball. She works on it all the time in the off season. She's really developed solid footwork in the post. And I think that just based on, her work ethic and her athleticism, the potential she has to grow as a basketball player is huge.
Yeah, this program seems every year they're finding great young players. How's the JV team looking this year? I've caught some glimpses of their games, and they've picked up a few impressive wins. How are they doing?
Yeah, they're playing super hard. They look like they're having a ton of fun with Coach Pucci and Coach Gallagher down there. They just picked up a big overtime win, great overtime win against Dover, which was a tremendous game. But even in the games that they've come up on the short end, they're playing extremely hard and working hard through everything they do.
And Coach, the team, they took home the Mary Corby Holiday Tournament title this year. A very impressive title to win. You got 3 other tough teams fighting for it: Algonquin, Milford, and Westboro. Can you talk about that accomplishment? And can you explain the Mary Corby Tournament for those that don't know a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was that win meant a lot to us, and to our program. You know, the Mary Corby Invitational Tournament is designed as a fundraiser for the Mary Corby Memorial Scholarship. Anybody who's not familiar with Mary Corby, she was the mother of Callie Corby, who played for me my first couple years, taking over the girls' varsity job. You know, her son Cooper played for me when I was coaching the boys' JV team and helping out the boys' varsity team. And her oldest daughter Michaela I actually had in class years ago, so I've known them for a long time. And Mary was a tremendous coach. Huge influence on Hopkinton basketball at all levels. You know, was one of those players and coaches that, you know, always emphasized the importance of being a great teammate, being a leader, being selfless, hard work. And so, you know, we felt that when the opportunity arose for us to have a home holiday tournament, you know, over the winter break, that, you know, there was really no other, I guess, fund or scholarship or charity that we felt was more fitting, based on her influence in Hopkins basketball and, you know, my personal ties, you know, to the Corby family. And so it's really turned into a really nice event. You know, Callie is now our 8th grade coach. You know, she graduated here in 2018. Every year that we run it, the whole Corby family comes back and they run concessions and they do a 50-50 raffle. And it's been a really nice way to fundraise for that scholarship that every year goes out to graduating Hopkinton senior athletes that sort of exemplify the ideals that Mary was so well known for.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations to you and the team on winning that tournament. And lastly, Coach, I have to ask, since you're a coach, what's your thoughts on the departure of Coach Bill Belichick from the Patriots?
Man, bittersweet, I think. You know, I really wanted to see him beat Shula's record in the Patriot, you know, on the Patriot sideline there. At the same time, you know, it seems that they were both in agreement, and it was, you know, one of the rare, true mutual parting of ways there. You know, I just saw this morning that, you know, Gerard Mayo is picking up the reins, and so I'm excited to see what he can bring. You know, I'm looking forward to the draft in April, see what we do with that number 3 pick.
I believe he's going to be the youngest coach in the NFL now, so that should be
interesting. He is. But I'll root for for Coach Belichick anywhere he goes, you know, until he pays the Patriots.
Absolutely. I think most Patriots, when Brady went to the Buccaneers, they were kind of rooting for the Buccaneers as well. I know I was.
Same way.
And I think it'll be the same with Belichick. But, Coach, we wish you the best of luck tonight in Medway. We wish we could be there, but we'll be covering the boys' game, but we'll certainly be keeping an eye on how you guys do, and we look forward to catching up with you guys next week. Best of luck tonight.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thanks again for having me.
We are going to take a quick time out. A whole lot more HCAM news ahead. Don't go anywhere.
HCAM News is supported by our viewers and by Hopkinton Drug, located in this historic New England town since 1954. They are a multifaceted store dedicated to providing clients with an array of healthcare options.
Actually, just a glory. We asked 100 fourth graders, what is a state in the western part of the United States?
Come on, world map, where are you?
Confident.
Confident?
Very confident, apparently.
Fabulous.
I'm Cindy Donda, and I'll see you there.
Welcome back to HCAM News. A busy week of Hiller sports took place last week. Here's the latest highlights.
Here on the team. Nice swim by Caleb Burke.
The Hiller boys took the 82-41 victory, grabbing their first win of the season. They are now 1-3. Hiller girls fell to Dedham 78-97. Hiller girls are now 2-2 on the season. Also that Tuesday, Hiller girls basketball hosted Dover Sherborne. Steve Spector and myself were on the call. It was a 9-6 Hiller lead heading into the second quarter.
Here's Paharic. Davies now. Gets it out to Flanagan. Down the lane. Past the defender. Count it.
Tough one. Left-handed. On the change of possession down here, they are always looking for a double and a trap, and they've had a handful of
Hills for three,
Oof.
yes. Erica Hills knocks it down, and we're knotted up at 15 apiece.
good game.
Up for three is Restaghini. That's no good. Ends up in the arms of Paharic.
Yes.
Down the lane, yes.
Big one, and that'll do it.
Good finish for the Hillers.
Another back and forth quarter. Hillers led it 21-17 heading into the third quarter.
Certainly is, and you'd expect a timeout relatively soon if this Hiller momentum keeps up, and it will keep up in a big way. Finnegan with her second bucket of the third quarter. Hills with it, gets it over to Leah Hills, now coming in from the corner, stripped away.
There it is.
Hillers have it. Davies feeds it to Restaghini. Restaghini to the rack, up and in with the left hand she goes.
Big hoop, big hoop.
Hillers outscored Dover Sherborne in the third quarter, 14-2. Dominant defense and good shooting would propel the Hillers to grab the win over Dover Sherborne, 42-28. Hillers improved to 7-2 with the win. The Hillers followed up with a 51-36 road loss against a tough Medway team and currently stand at 7-3 overall. On Wednesday, January 10th, Hiller Wrestling hosted Norton in their senior day match. Here's a look. Norton ended up winning a very good battle, 40-42. Hiller Wrestling is now 1-3 on the season and has a number of big tournaments coming up. Congratulations to the seniors. Also that Wednesday, Hiller Boys Hockey hosted a very young Bellingham team, and the Hillers got things going early.
Now it's working. Gervais has it, able to send it out, but sends it to Merkel, who puts it in, and the Hillers strike back. Into the neutral zone is Merkel. Here comes Hayward. Hayward racing in towards the net, backhands it, 5-hole, go Hillers! Here comes Resnick. Sends it over, Ian Tosca with a backhander. And that is going to be another goal. Wyatt Ian Tosca backhands it in. Where it's out, Merkel slices it up the ice to Adams. He has a breakaway. Closing in, backhander, he pops it in. What a beauty from Jake Adams.
Hillers outscore Bellingham 4-1 in the first period and take the game by a final of 10-2. Hiller boys also followed up with a 3-2 road win over Norton and currently stand at 7 wins, 1 loss, and 2 ties on the season. On Thursday, January 11th, Hiller Alpine Ski participated in their first meet of the year. Here's a look.
Time for bid number 1012. Sophia White, 33.96 on the red course. Number 812, Lucy Graham from Hopkinton. Time for number 415, Nikita Metcalf, 27.76 on the blue course. Number 113, Scott Cronin from St. John's.
For the Hillers on the girls' side, Annalie Krantz finished 3rd place, Lucy Mado finished 11th, and Lila Mado finished 13th place. On the boys' side, J.B. Flynn finished 11th place, Barry O'Brien finished 15th, and Patrick Meehan finished 24th. On Friday, January 12th, the 5-2 Hiller boys basketball team battled the 4-4 Medway Mustangs in a cross-TVL matchup.
With a pair of defenders on him, having a little trouble, gets it away, ball knocked away, and a turnover for the Hillers. Pantera to the rack, count it. And Ellie taking it up over to Marcinowski. Back to the wing, long three, Pantera, yes! Sam Pantera knocking down his 2nd three of the game.
The Hillers outscored Medway in a backhand fourth first quarter, 17-15.
Ianelli behind the back dribble. Feeds it to Williston. Now Pantera along the corner, drives baseline. Great feed to Del Ponte, who lays it in off the fingertips. Ianelli over to Dedejian. Down the lane, feeds it over, up, and no good there. Grabs the rebound, Marcinowski for the putback. That's no good, batted in the air, and Pantera puts it back up, no good. Puts it up a 3rd time, no good. Hillers still have it as it's collected by Cho. Dedejian driving in for the jumper, and they get the bucket. Wow!
Another back-end fourth quarter. In the second frame, Hillers outscored Medway 15-11 and led 32-26 heading into the second half.
Really a little bit more of a defensive affair, as you would expect from a good defending team like Medway. Del Ponte for 3, count it! Kept in play, but the Hillers collect. It was good hustle by Parlin, but no one there for Medway. Ianelli knocks down a 3!
Hillers open it up in the third quarter and outscore Medway 21-14. Heading into the fourth quarter, it was a 53-40 Hiller lead, and that would prove to be too much for Medway to overcome as the Hillers took the win 72-56. The Hiller boys improved to 6-2 on the season, and a big congratulations to Hopkinton Hillers boys basketball head coach Tom Keene, who earned his 300th career win with the victory, a tremendous accomplishment by Coach Keene. On Saturday, January 13th, Hillers Dover Sherborne Girls Co-op Hockey hosted Ursuline Academy. The Hillers fell early 1-0, but came back in a big way.
Approaching out in front, backhander, and it is put in. Barroso on the third attempt, able to backhand it in glove side. Sent out by Bent. Here come the Hillers. Lucy Jean is going to get it over to Barroso, and Barroso chips it in. Just a beauty of a feed. Perdoni flying up the ice. Approaching, backhander, count it! Reese Perdoni! Reese Perdoni out of Dover Sherborne, flew right up the far side, gets in front of the net, backhands it 5-hole. A 3-1 Hiller lead.
The Hillers strike for 3 goals in the first period and took a 3-1 lead heading into the second period.
Matched up with Zarcy. Zarcy comes away with it, sends it over to Clifford. Clifford takes a shot and puts it in.
Ursuline Academy gets one back. and it's a 3-2 Hopkinton DS lead heading into the third period.
Along the far side, here she goes. Flying up the ice, towards the net, takes it, yes! Lucy Jean gets the breakaway and puts it in!
Lucy Jean strikes with the finisher, and Hopkinton Dover Sherborne picks up the 4-2 win. Hillers collect their first win of the season and now stand at 1-9-1 overall. Congratulations to first-year head coach Ron Chin on his first career win at the helm.
It's time to tell you about some happenings in town you should know about. Book author Susan Wilson, who wrote a recent biography of Dr. Susan Dymock called Women and Children First, will be speaking at the Hopkinton Historical Society. You can see all the details on our website, hcam.tv. The Hopkinton Women's Club will host their monthly meeting on Monday, January 22nd. You can see more information at our website, hcam.tv. And to register, you could head over to hopkintonwomensclub.org or reach out to the membership chair at hopwcmembership@gmail.com. Our picture of the week, a big congratulations to Hopkinton Hillers head coach Tom Keene, who earned his 300th career win. He's in his 24th season at the helm. A great win by the Hillers over Medway this past Friday night. 72-56 was the final. And Coach Keene has reached 300 career wins. Upcoming town government meetings include on Thursday, January 18th at 6:30 p.m. We'll have the school committee meeting airing on our HCAM Ed channel as well as YouTube. On Monday, January 22nd on our HCAM TV channel at 7 p.m. you can catch the planning board meeting. To view all upcoming town government meetings, head over to hcam.tv/gov. And for more information, you can head over to the town website at hopkintonma.gov. Believe it or not, we are out of time for this edition of HCAM News, but don't worry, next Wednesday at 6:30 p.m., we will be back. For everyone here at HCAM, I'm Tom Nappy. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you again soon. As always, we thank you for watching, and we will see you next week.